China is concerned over its extensive dollar asset holdings. Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into one of the most critical financial debates of our time: China's reliance on the US dollar and its efforts to rewrite the rules of global finance. This video presentation is based on Carnegie Endowment for International Peace Report, China's Dollar Dilemma by Robert Greene. In this presentation, we'll explore China's dollar dilemma, the challenges of reducing dollar dependence, the strategies in play, and the ripple effects this may have across the global economy. As tensions between the US and China escalate, Beijing is acutely aware of the risks posed by its extensive reliance on dollar-denominated assets. US sanctions on Russia have intensified concerns, sparking debate among Chinese policymakers on whether to shield their financial system from similar vulnerabilities. China holds over $3 trillion in foreign exchange reserves, with more than half in dollar-denominated assets. This dependence isn't accidental. It's a product of decades of trade dominance by the dollar, especially in commodities, and the dollar's unparalleled liquidity and stability in global markets. Adding to this dynamic are China's state-owned banks. These financial giants, some of the largest in the world, rely heavily on dollar funding for their overseas activities. This has entrenched the dollar's role in China's financial ecosystem. Faced with these risks, Beijing is actively pursuing de-dollarization. In recent years, it has ramped up gold purchases and promoted the renminbi for cross-border trade. Between 2022 and 2024, gold reserves increased from 3.4% to 5% of China's total reserves, a small but symbolic shift. Another cornerstone of this strategy is the Cross-Border Interbank Payment System, or CIPS, which facilitates international payments in renminbi. However, it's not a silver bullet. CIPS participants remain deeply intertwined with the dollar system, leaving them exposed to potential US sanctions. China's dollar reserves, valued at over $1.9 trillion, dwarf Russia's pre-sanction reserves by 15 times. Diversifying such vast reserves without destabilizing markets presents a monumental challenge. China has explored reallocating reserves into euros and yen, but these markets lack the depth of the US Treasury market. Structural limitations, like the smaller supply of high-grade euro-denominated assets, make significant diversification into these currencies difficult. Some suggest looking to currencies from smaller, open economies like Australia or Canada, but these markets are too small to meet China's enormous demand for reserve assets. The renminbi has made strides, especially in cross-border trade, surpassing the dollar in China's cross-border payments by early 2023. However, much of this increase stems from financial flows between mainland China and Hong Kong, rather than global adoption. In global trade, particularly commodities, the dollar remains king. This is largely due to the dollar's unmatched liquidity and China's strict capital controls, which limit the renminbi's broader international appeal. China's de-dollarization efforts carry far-reaching implications. The interconnectedness of Chinese and US financial systems has historically deterred Washington from imposing broad sanctions on major Chinese banks. But if China successfully diversifies, it could reduce US leverage in future disputes. Meanwhile, Europe's push for a multipolar financial system could align with China's de-dollarization efforts. European policymakers, keen to elevate the euro's global role, might support a shift away from dollar dominance. Despite these efforts, the road to de-dollarization is fraught with obstacles. The dollar's dominance isn't just about trade, it's anchored in the stability and trust the US financial system offers. For China to achieve its ambitions, it will need to address structural challenges, from capital controls to limited trust in the renminbi. While the dollar remains the cornerstone of global finance, China's moves hint at a gradual but significant shift. How this plays out will shape the future of global financial systems and the balance of economic power. Thank you for joining us as we unpacked China's dollar dilemma.